How did Flight 587 end in catastrophe? Why did one of the most reliable aircraft in service break up in midair and come crashing down on a residential suburb? Now, by going deep into the investigation, we can reveal the facts behind one of the worst aviation disasters in U.S. history, and how the truth sent shockwaves through the entire industry. Less than an hour after the crash, 21 NTSB officials, the GO team as they are called, are on their way. The man in charge is Bob Benson, a veteran investigator who's handled 94 major air disasters, including the 1988 Lockerbie bombing over Scotland. But not even Lockerbie can prepare him for pressure like this. It was particularly important for us to get this one right the first time. There was no payback in changing our minds or anything like that. Benson knows that the early hours of an investigation are the most critical. His team start gathering evidence of the crash site, a dangerous, shocking, and distressing business. From a personal standpoint, I'll take deserts, I'll take cornfields, I'll take mountaintops, I'll take swamps before I'll ever investigate accidents in cities. Potentially crucial clues also come from the surrounding area and from eyewitnesses who saw the plane break up in flight. And then the whole plane shook and the tail came apart. That's all I saw, and then it... boom! Both engines landed 245 meters before the plane. One fell onto a house, the other on a service station. The location of the two engines relative to the main crash site could provide an important clue. By plotting exactly where debris has landed, investigators should be able to determine the breakup sequence. The debris is scattered everywhere. Police and army boats are called in to gather parts from Jamaica Bay. Then, Benson personally witnesses a major discovery as he drives along the coast road. A crane is lifting the tail fin from the water. That really got our attention. The tail fin is an essential component of the aircraft. Without it, an airliner simply cannot fly. The fin was found floating in the water 1.2 kilometers behind the main crash site. For the investigators, this is clear evidence that it must have been one of the first parts to break away. It could be at the very heart of the accident. But what could have caused such a catastrophic failure? For a tail to simply fall off a plane is virtually unprecedented. Of the hundreds of eyewitnesses who saw the crash, there is no doubt this was a bomb. And I saw an explosion in the sky, and I saw the plane. It looked like one of its wings fell off, just aiming for the ground, and I felt an impact, and then I saw smoke, and my neighbor was yelling, "Take cover," and I really thought, this is it, they'd started bombing now. Even for a trained investigator, it's difficult not to jump to conclusions. We're not supposed to speculate. At early stages of any investigation, it was very hard not to in this particular case. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Hey, Mike, over here. Stop. Right there. After the crash of an airliner into the New York borough of Queens, FBI forensic experts are searching for evidence of a bomb. They're also hoping to find two other key pieces of evidence: the plane's black boxes. The cockpit voice recorder should have recorded everything that was said by the pilots. The flight data recorder could tell them exactly how the plane performed throughout the flight. Each of the black boxes might unlock the mystery of the crash, but lead investigator Bob Benson knows finding either of them is likely to take days. Even then, they could be badly damaged. But just hours into the search comes an amazing stroke of luck. Marion Blakey, spokeswoman for the NTSB, makes an announcement. We have recovered the cockpit voice recorder. By now, there is a frenzy of speculation over the incident. Terrorism is foremost in people's minds. But for Benson and the NTSB, the lack of any corroborating evidence to support the theory is troubling. There is no sign of suspicious activity at the airport, and no group has stepped forward to claim responsibility for the crash. They take a calculated risk and announce that even at this early stage, they believe this was not a deliberate act. It is the case that the National Transportation Safety Board is the lead agency because all information we have currently is that this is an accident. The plan backfires. Suspicious New Yorkers start to wonder if this is a cover-up. The NTSB takes steps to reassure the public. Should there be any indications of criminal activity, we will certainly make certain that the public knows as soon as we are aware of that, and the investigation will change at that point appropriately. For Benson and his team, the pressure is mounting. Finding the cockpit voice recorder is a huge step forward. With one of the black boxes and the tail fin in his possession, hopes are high they will be able to piece together the reasons behind the crash. Although the recorder is damaged, the tape is still intact and is rushed to NTSB headquarters in Washington. Away from the glare of the media, investigators start to analyze the chilling final moments of the flight. Let's go for power, please. Every word, every sound is carefully analyzed. 89 seconds into the flight comes a chilling sound on the tape. There is a loud bang. Immediately afterwards, the crew can be heard struggling with the controls. You all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Could this bang be the sound of an explosion? Perhaps there was a bomb after all. With the second black box, the flight data recorder still missing in the smoking wreckage, Benson knows that the truth will be hard to find. Without that, it makes telling the story more speculative and more difficult. For 2 days, investigators hunt through mountains of debris for the vital recorder. But instead of where they are looking, the next lead comes from 3 kilometers away. A pair of security cameras on the Triborough Bridge have captured the last moments of the aircraft.